That was a pass from Majatete, trying to hit Wisdom Magleto. Game being played at an easy pace, no need for urgency.
It's always hostile, non-friendly. There's nothing friendly about games like these. And you mentioned, the goalkeeper, Asante Kotoko, being the part of the team when unfortunate, that incident happened on the May 9th, 2001. Yeah. Some of them in he's a legendary goalkeeper.
Yep, and he's almost always getting the best out of them as the team Amadida. And between those two, what glorious moments they had on the field of play. The match commissioner for this game, by the way, is former FIFA referee Thomas Nunu, and Thomas Nunu has been in between these two sides many a time.
That's quite quick, and the fans are beginning to react. It's not like the tempo is a bit slow. That's the tempo of the game. Looking at the ages of players, you'd rather expect, skill, and then also, some refreshment as well, just like we are seeing already.
Early stages of the game, no goal. I remember one of the training sessions where Sir Cecil Jones at Midfield was in charge. A mistake was committed. Esperance at the Accra Sports Stadium. Costly mistake. Cecil Jones.
The one was a good cross into the box. There's miscommunication there, I think. Miscommunication.
We all go paint some savannah. We all go paint some
Savannah Paint from our group since 2021. We all go paint.
Between top 40 and then also Justin, one of the best you would ever see.
That was a fluent player. They understood themselves. They knew where they were on the field of play at any point in time.
And the fear they struck into opponents. This point, I'll have to say that it's mine. We see that the weight over there.
But again, we're also yet to see the pacey nature of Godwin. We've seen a little bit. We haven't got Joe Sam. The defense has been good. Amos with the ball now nicely brought down. Very good reader of the game, by the way. Amos Frimpong. Nanka Bruce picks it up. Good turn by Lawrence Achatete. Back in the day, it was always a delight to see me, Nanka Bruce, played for Accra Hearts of Oak, but also had a stint with Accra Great Olympics.
It's to boil from the roots. He still has it.
Well, you give him an inch, he will always take a yard.
Of course. And he's able to snip those in the pockets of spaces.
Quick
Even
work
at
done.
very, very tight corners, and just look at that.
Yeah.
And after that, you'd expect that, yeah, he definitely has every right to complain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emmanuel Nkrumah had to fall back deep for thank you very much. If you've just joined us, we're coming to you live from the University of Ghana 2025 MTN FA Cup final, and this is not the current generation that you know.
But I believe if both coaches are watching, that's Abuka Wata and then also Karim Zito, then Print, perhaps they might have an opportunity to re-sign some of these players. Look at the season they had. They have right-hand side of attack. I believe Abuka Wata, he just wished.
Most of them have been very, very, very active, should I say. Especially those who throng the various parks for the Monday Stars. They are almost always there showing what they've got. Yeah, an opportunity to play for the current team, but
I don't know. Fortunately, he just couldn't hit that one on target. Friends, it's always the skill for me. The ease with which he does it. And these are players we're saying haven't hit the pitch for a long time. He deserves credit for that run. Earlier on, we saw him trying to catch Sammy J from about 40 yards out, but this was a bit closer. Unfortunately, no, it wasn't really precise. It wasn't on target.
Pass from Dankwe. Ajatete couldn't get to it. Recovered nicely by Amos. And now Akwafo. Good turn. Finds Godwin Ablodi. It's what they used to do.
Of his qualities, Prince, and that's it. That last ditch tackle. Look at this guy. Rock solid in defense for Accra. And just look at that. It was timely. Just giving no room at all. Signaling no quarter for his opponent.
And once you mentioned Prince Edupoku, especially in a match against their arch rivals Accra Hearts of Oak, it is almost always cocksure that the next name you will hear who will be manning him in defense is Emmanuel Ama Senegal. Senegal is absent today. But those two had some rich battles, I can tell you, Josiah. Prince Edupoku was the marksman for Asante Kotoko, got some very important goals for the Porcupine Warriors, but almost always had a problem when he came up against Emmanuel Ama, also known as Senegal. Here we go with Accra Hearts of Oak build up once again. Dan Quay. Aja gives the ball away. Kwafu say thank you very much. The flip-flopping, overlapping, and then off target once again.
He still remains a danger man for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and they are struggling to keep up with the skill. He's so swift with the ball. Apologies, with his arms raised over there, trying to apologize to his teammates. But there was nothing he could have done over there. Ajatete just went to sleep.
You figure he would want to play in the current team?
Yeah, I think so.
His face.
I think so. Maybe. It's just the age and the stamina that's lacking. But
but they've also, made it in the Premiership. Yeah. Let's see what opportunity comes for Accra Hearts of Oak out of this one. Wisdom gets to the ball. He go round his marker in the 18-yard box. They're calling for the cross. Eventually, the cross comes through. Accra Hearts of Oak have been committed in the 18-yard box, but eventually headed away. Picked up by Godwin Bloody. Just about this, that they can play in the very good example in Godwin Atram, who played for Accra Great Olympics a season or two, even after he had hung his boots and come to Ghana. Long ball in Kanakwafu. Get to it. Latches onto it first time. The idea was good. It only lacked the direction. And again, this for me is a learning opportunity for the younger generation to see these players who have gone past their prime, but reliving it.
Exactly. And on Friday, I chanced upon the chairman of the MTN FA Cup committee, Wilson Arthur, and he spoke about the fact that they came up with this idea because they want the Gen Zs to have a feel of what these legends about, what Ghana football was about. Prince, they made the headlines. These were the players that pulled the crowd to our various stadiums, and each and every time our stadiums were filled to the capacity because of the brilliance, and the ingenuity of some of these players.
Yeah, I couldn't doubt you at all on that stage, and even to the extent that people went to the stadium to watch Hearts and Kotoko, not simply because it was Hearts and Kotoko, but for 2 or 3 players who stood out for their teams. Here comes Amos. He's got a sweet right foot. This time he looks for Akwafu and gets him. Flipped, didn't work, but they latch onto it again. It's another opportunity for Sekwame. Loses control. Charles Taylor. Of course, Charles Taylor made a name for himself first with Accra Hearts of Oak before switching over to Asante Kotoko. But it's Accra. Deal with it. Oh, so unfortunate. So unfortunate. Hearts registering the first goal. Own goal scored by Kotoko. It's now 1 goal to the good for the Porcupine to Accra Kotoko. Own goal scored by Kotoko, and they're coming forward to see whether they can make amends. Should be buoyed by this as they try and come forward. Misplaced pass will be picked up by Gabriel Opokuware, and then will urge his colleagues to come forward. Back pass to Osei Boateng, miscalculated. Osei tried his very best. Finger to it or tried to make it safe. It didn't work. Here's Akwafu now. Lovely ball through the middle. Oh! Samir J to the rescue. But that was a sweet build-up.
That was what we were talking about. That was what I've been waiting for. The reflexes from Samir J, and again, brains from right hand side. And just so lucky, but Samir J still has, that.
Dankwe will come forward. Prince Edupoku tries to clip him from behind. He's penalized for that. And you realize that Edupoku has sort of drifted towards the left hand side of the attack instead of playing the central role. I guess it has got much steam to keep up with the running. Kotoko come forward again. Yes, Amon. This could be dangerous. Late chip there, Samir J. Missed it the first time, grabbed it the second time of asking.
That's some good response from Samir J. After that earlier save, yeah, it was an offside, but you give him credit, for going down in time to put his body right behind the ball. I think the Heart of Oak defense will need to step up, especially with their concentration. They are using it a lot, and Kotoko are finding spaces, especially from the right-hand side, through Francis Akwafu.
Hearts would clear their lines. Techi Menda gets a foot, but Kotoko will pick up the pieces. They need to get themselves back into the game. That's a lovely pass through. They can Ablodi get his foot to it. And Hearts will give away a corner kick to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We're still in the first half. So far, so good.
Still pushing for the equalizer. It was an unfortunate goal they conceded. It was such a brilliant ball, especially if the Heart of Oak player had scored. But unfortunately, it didn't come from a Heart of Oak player, and now they believe it's time for them to draw level before even recess.
There's a corner kick. Headed away, not the best of corner kicks from Kumasi Asante Kotoko's Prince Edupoku. But they'll come forward now. They're trying to keep Accra Hearts of Oak in their own half, as you can see. And it tells you the urgency with which they would want to fight back. They'll come forward. Kwame. Mankwa gets the ball away from Kwame's feet. And it's Asampong. Charles Taylor. The terror he was called back in the day.
Dazzling.
Showing a little bit of those ritual kills. With a partnership with Don Botte and Ishmael Ado. What a formation that was. Can Wisdom keep it in play this time? It will go out for a throw in. Or there won't be time for the throw-in because the players will come off for the end of the half. In a game so far, at least we've seen the touches that they were once upon a time. Got Don Botte, Ajatete, Techi Mensah, Ninanka Bruce. They're all in there. The Kotoko players have also lived up to expectation. Emmanuel Nkrumah, Amos Frimpong, Charles Taylor, Joe Sam, Francis Akwafu. Those were the good old days, and these were names that drew attention in terms of crowds at the various stadia everywhere they played.
Yeah, and at least we've seen snippets of what their games, used to be, and it's good for the younger gen as well, glued to their TV sets, or even, in the stadium, witnessing greatness being, relived over and
the camaraderie.
Yeah, it's still there, and that togetherness, the oneness, and all that. But then it's been competitive, you know, about. You could imagine what only pushed him.
Edupoku was roaring to get his name on the score sheet, and again, a little bit of a miscue in the 18-yard box of Kotoko. Osei went out there to make a save, didn't get there early enough. Hearts could not take the advantage, but they still kept pushing, probing, and coming forward. And this is where Akwafu took over. Lovely skill. Had the goal at his mercy.
So far, he's been the danger man, Akwafu. Just like that lovely skill again. The leg over.
Yeah, I'm loving every bit of it. The fact that Amankwa Mreku might captain the side for the second 45. Jacob Nete reversed to his coaching role together with Eben Amadida. Accra Hearts of Oak have made a change as Jacob Nete has gone off. I want to believe that it's Douglas Nkrumah who has taken his place. Samir J keeps himself busy as he warms up for the commencement of the second half. Still to come is the big one that we are all expecting, is the MTN FA Cup final for the season 2025. And boy, what we have on our hands would be Asante Kotoko taking on Golden Kicks. First occasion, Abe gets him. Now, what kind of effect will this attack have on the defense of Accra Hearts of Oak? They give the ball away, the advantage will still stay occupying Warriors. Men and Prince Edupoku. Issues resolved, and we're going to lines up behind the ball for the free kick. There's a one-man wall formed by Accra Hearts of Oak at this stage. Sami says one is enough. Charles Taylor has that duty. Jay to the rescue. Just like old times, he reads it very well, smothers the ball, and keeps it in safe custody. So good free kick there. Trying to get advantage at the far pole was, I want to believe, Daniel near Jay, trying to see if he's the chap who's come on. Foot up there, referee notices it, and will give the advantage to Kotoko. The chap in the number 7 shirt for Accra is Manuel Osei, who's also come on. Chasing after ball was a pass from Nanka Bruce. And Samir J will pick it up. Trademark distribution from Bates. Call him. And a careful build up this time by the Phobians as they seek to come forward. Lovely pass there. There's a dash round. The left hand side. Douglas did well to hold onto it by the flat. Oh, it was Bernard Donbote rather. Bernard Dada Diop, serial killer Donbote. He's noted for one thing when it comes to matches against Asante Kotoko. And Asante Kotoko will always pray that there is no free kick close to their 18-yard box. Bernard Donbote will rise to the occasion. Now in charge of coaching, I beg your pardon, for the Hearts junior team. And of course, letting the young ones have a feel of what it used to be when he was in his prime. As try and come through the middle, keeping the ball to themselves. Lovely pass through there. Unfortunately, that flick from Bernard did not go too far, but Accra Hearts of Oak will keep the pressure on. Flag is up. Wisdom was caught in the offside trap. Free kick to Kotoko. Opokuwari takes it. Finds Idrisu Yaya. It goes back to Idrisu. Idrisu slips but keeps it in motion. Akwafu will pick it up. Good build up by Asante Kotoko. Lovely 1-2. He gets to the ball. He sends in the cross. Despite the fact that it was going out, Samye J still holds to the occasion. Corner kick advantage to Kotoko. And again, we're in his prime.
That was one dangerous ball. One thing he's not missed has been his steps. He's already hit his point with the saves he's made. Samye J.
Throwing to Kotoko. They have an opportunity to get one back at Accra Hearts of Oak. Referee says play on no handball situation. Lovely dummy, but good recovery by Accra Hearts of Oak. Wisdom has got space in front of him. He'll be ably aided on his right by Bernard Donbote. You realize that Donbote has gone slower than usual. Wisdom still goes through. He's in the 18-yard box. He keeps his momentum. That's nice enough. Fans applaud. And Accra Hearts of Oak looking for an opportunity to delve in the cross. Yes, Emmanuel Osei. Obuo, they used to call him back in his heyday, into the enemy territory. Wisdom, chance for Accra Hearts of Oak, drilled in by Osei Boateng.
And lazy run into the
playing for your country, and easy. Scoring, and easy. Avoiding injuries, and easy. I easy. You get everything inside: dairy, creamer, sugar, roasted granules. Just add water, then sharp my soakings make you ready. Taste and energy, made easy. I'm a match winner, but the real champion is Kibo 4-in-1 Gary mix. Champion taste.
This advert is FDA approved.
Ade Morgan. Eben Dida, the coach for the Hearts team this afternoon. I'm sure Blade Morgan will be coming on. I am sure that Samye J will also be making way for Kwate.
It's like the ball tapped over well.
Yeah.
It's been very quiet throughout the game.
He's very quiet. Blade Morgan takes Donbote's place. Lord Kwate takes Samye J's place, all receiving the applause. What a game they've had. And I think coming off is Nanka Brooks. That's Kwate in your shot. After Accra Hearts of Oak, he went around for a while, and then he was in charge of goalkeeping for Brecum Chelsea. Fresh limbs needed on the field of play. Charles Taylor also says he's a good buy. And I think Charles Taylor's place has been taken by Wisdom Abbey.
That sounds familiar.
These are the good old names of the good old days. Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak. You mentioned some of the names, and it's clear to know where they're coming from and where they're going. Picked up nicely, very intelligent there as they come forward. Daniel Nieje showing his class, lays on the pass. A Ghana Premier League winner this season with Heart of Lions. Oh! He had to stretch to his elastic limit, Kwate.
He literally clawed that one out of the goalpost. Just look at that. But then, and if Fridge went in the build up, the reflexes, sprints. These are aged players. You just somehow they, but just look at that. And that could have been a lovely own goal, like we saw in the first half. That went in favor of Accra Hearts of Oak.
But Osman Gambo also did very well, got his head to it, and had to call on the expertise of Lord Quarty. Dan Quay will go through the middle. He gets a return. There are options on the side. And the first option he will pick up is Obuo Emmanuel Osei. Good run forward by Accra Hearts of Oak. Clip from behind in the process, Douglas Nkrumah. Bloody Morgan. Very quiet, very gentle player, Bloody Morgan, but gets the job when he has to. Lovely flick. And the Kotoko players are played with a lot of telepathy. On that occasion, it was well read. They couldn't go forward. Accra Hearts of Oak have an opportunity, but then they also gave it away. Free kick advantage, says the referee.
For a second, I was thinking that would have gone in favor of Asante Kotoko.
Yeah.
That was the earlier foul over there. I think I would have to agree with the referee.
Even the reactions from Amos Frimpong says it all. And that's Osei Boateng in goal for Kotoko.
And there's a push over there, and it's taking us back to the time where you can see pushes over there. That's typical Hearts in Kotoko.
Oh, yeah.
Even at the legend stage, and you would understand. Because we needed a goal sprints. At some point, you were thinking, it was a slow pace. But I think the pace has, even elevated since we saw the first goal from Accra Hearts of Oak. And then that was what led Asante Kotoko to the equalizer as well.
What an atmosphere. What an afternoon for association football.
1-2. 1-2. They have exciting players dotted around the pitch, and their brand of football is a typical tiki-taka. If you want to understand how they move about their ball, it's not how they move the ball around the pitch. Trust me, they are one of the best in the Division 1 and one of the best teams in the MTN FA Cup this season.
I see. Well, one name that reverberates when it comes to the Golden Kick team is a name Gripman, and don't mistake him for the Gripman who played for Accra Great Olympics. His twin brother who plays for Golden Kick, and so when he left Accra Great Olympics and made he made Abrankesi his next stop. I'm not too sure whether he is here, but he definitely would want to support a final. But still to come is the big kickoff here at the University of Ghana Stadium. It is between Golden Kick and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Golden Kick are ably representing the Access Division of the Ghana Premiership. According to the coaches, a win is a must for both sides. But we are yet to see which of the coaches is the hungrier of the two. Because when push comes to shove, Coach Karim Zito has played the FA Cup before. He's won the FA Cup before. He's around. And this time around, he would want to repeat the dose with Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Fifi Parker tells me that, Prince, it is not about the logistics. It is not about the standings or the ability of the coach, but it is who is hungrier of the two sides when the teams get onto the field to play. And so the first 90 minutes, or should I say, let's break it down. The first 45 minutes will give us a fair idea of how the game will go. But the two sides say they are ready. The fans say they are ready. we are also ready here. And the first 45 minutes, Nanedu, how do I put it? Osha Abeko saying,
A difficult game. I see
it's a tough game, huh?
a first half win for Golden Cakes.
You see a first half lead.
For Golden Cakes, 1-0 for Golden Cakes. I fear for Kotoko because I've seen their games. The team struggle, especially in the first 20 minutes of their game, starting after the 70th minutes. So most of the time, the last 20 minutes of every first half, I fear for Asante Kotoko. That is why I'm predicting a 1-0 win in the first 45 minutes for Golden Cakes.
But what about when Kotoko meets a team that plays, puts the ball on the turf, keep the ball to themselves? Because I also realize that sometimes they struggle against teams like that. Will today be the same?
It's Vision FC last weekend at the Tamani Sports Stadium. In the second half, Vision FC scored 3 goals against them, winning the game by 3 goals to 1.
Yeah.
I saw their game against Accra Lions at Accra Sports Stadium. That was the game Kotoko lost by 3 goals to 0. So it means when you are facing Asante Kotoko, they struggle against a well-possessed team, a team being coached by a very good tactical acumen, and that is one thing that affects Asante Kotoko in their style of play. And I think Abdul good coach in this country. He has nothing to from this Golden Cake chance. He need to work on his team to make sure he get the strength of this team. But I fear for them in the first 45 minutes.
Well, we are just about inching close towards the big kickoff. There's a lot of excitement. There's a lot of buzz here at the University of Ghana Stadium. And currently is the triumphant entry of the MTNFA trophy. And it's the man who has won it before, Charles Asampong Taylor. He's the one who brings the trophy onto the field for the two teams to battle for it. Earlier on, we saw Charles Taylor in that Accra Hearts of Oak Kumasi Asante Kotoko legendary game. But it is the duty and the honor of Charles Taylor to usher in the MTNFA Cup, which he has done nicely and positioned it on the podium. This is the trophy that the two teams, Golden Cake, it could be extra time, it could be penalty shootout. The fear of a lot of people is that should it end in 90 minutes, Kotoko have done it before. Golden Cakes have also done it before. Should it end at the penalty shootout, Kotoko are yet to have won the penalty shootout 3 times. And so it looks like they may have the edge as long as the match goes further and further. But at this stage, the statistics onto the field with renewed vigor. The two teams will be joining us onto the field as it is led onto the center by Charles Taylor. Shows the trophy in 4. And it's Charles Taylor's singular honor to do this job today by the courtesy of the MTNFA Cup team. He shows the trophy to the whole world. This is what we are playing for. He is going to reposition it, and then the teams will be ready for action here. Wherever you are watching, we are coming to you live on Max TV. And of course, thank you very much to you out there who have tuned your sets to Max. If you can join us here at the University of Ghana Stadium. If not, sit back. He has got you covered as we go through. The first 40 minutes will be for you share that session.
Well, I don't begrudge him at all, because if you look at Golden Cakes, they love to put the ball on the turf. They love to exploit the weaknesses of their opponent. But if you look at Kumasi Asante Kotoko as well, Kotoko basically struggles to play against a possessive team. And Golden Cakes know their strength. They will not play into the hands of Kumasi Asante Kotoko. One thing that Kotoko got to do is to calm, discipline, stick to the plan, and to respect them, because they were faced with a similar opposition. Struggled to be able to win that game, and they lost the game on that day at Accra Sports Stadium. Here this afternoon, they know the magnitude and the ramification of taking this game lightly. And the opponent can be very dangerous.
Okay.
They can make life extremely awkward
right.
for anybody. But with the kind of firepower that Kumasi Asante Kotoko have, I think they have enough trouble with this.
All right. So the time is on. This is the moment we are waiting for. The teams are ready in the tunnel. Nana, Dakwa, JC, and Josiah Aye are waiting in commentary position to bring you the first 45 minutes. Let's cross over now to see the entry of the two sides and the first 45 minutes. We'll join you at halftime.
This is the moment you're waiting for. Big shout out to the sponsor LTN for holding us down. This is the LTN Africa final. I give you the Golden Kings FC and Asante Kotoko.
Hello, good evening, pleasant welcome to the University of Ghana Sports Stadium here in Accra. It's the 2025 MTN Epic Finals between Golden Kick FC and Asante Kotoko. It's been a fatal run for the Zone 3 Division 1 side to the finals of the competition against their much more experienced Asante Kotoko side, who have history backing them as they come into this game as winners of the competition on 9 occasions. Welcome to the University of Ghana Sports Stadium for the 2025 MTN FA Cup Finals. My name is Nana Dakwa Jesse, and I've been your commentator this evening alongside Josiah Okokwe.
Good evening, Nana Dakwa Jesse, and it's just, you know, an electric atmosphere here in University of Ghana, relishing this game. And it's history on the line for both teams, because Golden Cake could become just the second Division 1 side to win the competition. Kumasi Asante Kotoko also could become the second side to win it in double digits. So it's just a win-win for either side, but then I'm relishing a good game here this evening.
Beautiful atmosphere, such fan base from the two sides. Into these two teams all the way to the.
Hey there, beautiful people. Sakobia here with amazing news about the revolutionary Pepsodent Charcoal toothpaste. This is not just a toothpaste. It's your ultimate whitening and fresh breath solution, packed with charcoal for stain removal, fluoride for enamel strength, zinc for long-lasting freshness, and the best of lemon for a clean, zesty finish. This is your key to a naturally white smile and healthier teeth. Make the switch today and experience the power of Pepsodent Charcoal. Remove stains, whitens teeth. It's that simple. Pepsodent Charcoal. Brighten every smile, day and night.
Ministry of Sports and Recreation, as well as the committee members of the FA Cup, have turned up here. I've seen the Minister for Sports and Recreation, Kofi Adams, having a word with the referees for today's game. He's led by the Executive Council member of the Federation, Frederick Champon. Also following Frederick Champon is the match commissioner for today, Thomas Nunu, a retired Ghanaian referee, some management members of Asante Kotoko, Nana Pinkra, the IMC board chairman, former club PRO, Kwame Banyuako, alongside the FA Cup committee chairman, Wilson Atta, and then Frank Nelson Owonkolo. Samba O'Neill is wearing the captain's armband for Kotoko this evening and is leading the Dignitaries and introducing his players. He seems to have gathered a lot of confidence from Abdul Karim Zito since he took up the job.
Exactly, and look at the fact that he joined the team then after quite a number of the players in the setup also joined. He cited quite a number of, you know, a lot of leadership qualities, and I believe that's the reason why they didn't fit to hand it over to him. And it's a new regime also under Abdul Karim Zito, and he believes that handing the captain's armband to nil maybe might help steer the top.
Assistant captain Frederick Cressari remains on the bench for the Porcupines. Justice Blair, who deputizes in the absence of Asare, is also on the bench. It's time for Roland Attegripman, the captain of Golden Kick, to introduce players to Fiadas. You know, this Golden Kick captain has a very interesting story to tell. His elder brother is Raymond Okogrip, Nations FC in Abrankasi. They nearly won the Premier League, but they missed out on the final day, and his twin brother has an opportunity to take a silverware home.
That's what he said. I had a chance to talk to him during, the evening session, and that he knows that his brother has it on a medal. He's hoping to make the family proud by winning it here. And ironically, Nations FC had to battle teams like Asante Kotoko. Unfortunately, Gold Stars ended up winning it.
Just gone by was the national anthem of Ghana, observed by the two teams, dignitaries and fans alike here at the University of Ghana Sports Stadium. In a matter of a few minutes, this game is going to get going as Golden Kick chase history. The Porcupines are bent on returning to continental football, and the only route to club football in Africa is to win the FA Cup after missing out on the league title. Anyways, Golden Kick have indicated that they've got what it takes to represent the nation in Africa, so that's huge motivation for them coming into this game.
And that's their source of motivation, Nana Dakwa. They believe they have what it takes. That contrary to popular narrative that they do not have what it takes, especially financially, to aid them play in the CAF Confederations Cup, they have debunked those narratives saying that they have everything it takes, and their bankrollers are willing, to push them further into Africa, because they could become the very first Division 1 Ghanaian side to play the CAF Confederations Cup. That is history for them.
Raymond Okogripman's younger brother, Roland Attegripman, is leading Golden Kick this evening, with the Congolese centre-back Samba O'Neill leading Asante Kotoko into battle this evening. All is set for the kickoff here. At the University of Ghana Stadium here in Legon. Asante Kotoko sporting their red jerseys. Karim Zito wants to make a name for himself. He won the FA Cup 2 seasons ago with Dreams FC and guided them all the way into the semi-finals of the CAF Confederations Cup, only to lose out to Zamalek of Egypt. It's a big day for him.
We talk about experience, and he has it way much more than the man in the opposite dugout. Yeah, Fifi Parker Hansen,
who have specialized in talent development and also scouting, to be in the finals of the FA Cup. No mean feat. You can describe it as a fairy tale run, but I tell you what, you can't take me away from the quality of this kick side. Evening in blue and red strips, red jerseys. So none of these players starting on both sides have won the FA Cup.
Interestingly, the last time Asante Kotoko won it was 8 years ago. That's quite a long time. Looking at the phases, of transformation this team has had to go through within that time. When these players are, reaching to make history with the Porcupine Warriors, we just saw some legends play, and then we want to replicate, what they did earlier on.
They're credited with knowing how to keep the ball and then dictating the pace of the game when they want to.
And you should always listen to the lecture from their head coach, Fifi Parker Hansen, and how to build up from the back, which includes their goalkeeper, making it, that extra man for them. And you'd really love it whenever they're under pressure, whenever they're under duress, how they play calmly. And I believe they are in that throughout for us.
Golden kick. Midwakwa, good run from the winger. Midwakwa custody Poku looking for, tries to attack from the back. On way Joshua Husseini. Lovely run from the youngster. Golden kick, get the first corner of the evening, and this is represented by,
that's the first golden kick, and as the striker of Husseini doing hold up play over there so well to win the corner for his side.
Babayaya. Here is Samba O'Neill trying to locate Albert Amoa. Amoa goes up for it, but golden kick of a player down in Poyeboa seemed to have collided with.
It looks it out to me. Just look at that coming from the hindsight of Amoa. It looks dangerous a bit for me. And it tells you the tempo of the game is quite high. 2 minutes into the game and already some high flying headers. Just look at that. The lofted ball to find Amoa, and just, Amoa was coming from the blind side of Yeboah.
By to get back in the game. Here is Gripman. Little flick coming in from Bless Ege. Now for Stanley, but the ball goes up. Offside against golden kick.
I trust you, we could be seeing this very often. Looking at Kotoko's high line and pacey attack. But I think that was very close. That shouldn't have been the call over there, Joshua Fusini. He's already made his presence felt. He won a corner and then also this move.
The decision that greeted with displeasure from the golden kick charges. Was plenty of that occasion.
Again, I think we have to combine stopping because he's very.
Here is Patrick Asiedu. Now Peter Amiduako on the left. Kwame Opoku. A pass from not good enough to locate Amiduako, but he is able to win a throw-in for Asante Kotoko. Got himself whacked down in the process. No foul throw-in.
And that was the incident again. Peter Amiduako found himself in front of the defender, and just look at that. It was a tackle from Edward Bentun. Just caught him late.
For choice on the bench. In the event Aqua is unable to go on and play, you have Dauda Sauka. He plays similarly like Aqua, Trey Dramana, Che Bafo, Samson Eduku, Imano Enchi. All of them could pop up in the event that can't come in again. I've also seen the Nigerian Fido Basse been asked by Coach Karim Zito to start warming up.
It could be a huge blow to Master Asante Kotoko if Peter Amiduako is unable to continue.
Asiedu to take the throw for Kotoko. Turns in a long one in the box. Away by Bentum. Henry Ansu returns it. Good clearance from Yaboa. Free kick, golden kick.
And that's how they love to operate. They are never in the haste to, just kick the ball long downfield. They always have that sense of mind, that sense of awareness. I think Tammy should be fine. He's begun to just, engage in some slide. He's been well attended to. He should continue.
Poyaboa, very skillful on the line. He goes down. Golden kick, expecting a free kick.
That's why they needed him. For a moment when he got injured, you could see the face on Fifi Parker Hansen, the head coach of Golden Kick. Wasn't so pleased with that. It tells you his quality on the left-hand side gives them so much options whenever he pops forward.
Lord Amwa in Team Menu. Amwa finds his former teammate at Brekum Chelsea and Riansu. Now Ablo trying to pick out Aqua. Now Asiedu. Pressure coming from Bless Ege. Wins a free kick for Asante Kotoko. Asiedu is trying to pick out Kwame Opoku. It's a poor touch from the striker. But Yaya wins it. Referee whistles. Latif Dari.
Is the 10 in midfield lies the carrier unaware of that press from Papa Yaya.
Here is Gripman. Kotoko take possession. Yaya. Here is Samba knew the captain of the day. That drive
goal played as a DM. Very hard shot. That was a rocket. Clearly, there's so much quality in this Kotoko team, and it's that hybrid system where he's been operated as a DM and then also sometimes as a centre back when they are defending.
Aqua. Clever play from the centre back. Zakaria Momoni gives away possession. Here is Albert Armour. But the Yeboah recovers really well for golden kick. Calm and composed from the top. In pressure on the kick. Believe that philosophy doesn't change no matter what the opposition or who the opposition is, they still stick to the plan. And here the goal. Golden kick. Costa Owusu, very skillful, tries to cut the ball in. Henderson nearly made a mess of it, but Kamara was there at the right time.
Yeah, we show you respect before the game, but the game has no respect. Just look at that. And that was nearly a costly mistake coming off the Asante Kotoko defender.
Here is Zakaria Momo. Give away possession. Here is Aqua. Lovely 10 from Aqua. Opoku makes the run, but Adamu very much alert. Curtails that move from the Porcupines. He wants options, and he finds none. And his teammates as Kotoko win back possession. Here is Armour. Yaya. Menu. Samba O'Neal. Good through ball, Aqua, but he's unable to control as Gripman. 6 for support from goalkeeper Mohamed Kelvin Kofi Saba. Not really tested in the stages of this game.
Not at all. And both teams are keeping no one, trying to move out of shape. It's the stuff from golden kick, and that's how they love to play, especially with one DM, allows room for the 2 other attackers or attacking midfielders.
Here is Yeboah. It's a good ball to Ege. Tenson looks for space to drive. It is still golden kick, trying to make something count. This move, Zakaria Momoni. Good play from golden kick. Now here is Joshua Husseini down the right. Can they score the open goal? And that cross just eluding everybody, including the golden kick.
They are turning on the heat in another part. Just look at that. Flashes across the face of that Kotoko goalpost. And then you need to commit more men forward. And I think they are gradually growing in confidence. But the way the ball around, so swiftly, and they just know how to find, pockets of spaces in kick.
Siedu trying to been playing in central defense for most part to the defensive midfield role, and he's been good. Amwa wins the foul for Kotoko.
It's Zakaria Momoni, I believe, the culprit. No, I've really seen him in action though, but that was a full effort from Zakaria Momoni. You talk about golden kick, and that's one of the strengths of the team as well. You find wide men always trying to double on opposition attackers, helping their fullbacks do the job, relieve them of some pressure, they save energy whenever they want to attack.
Long take the free kick, swings one into the golden kicks area. Aqua shows interest after that ball was headed wide. Aqua returns it to Yaya. Yaya is trying to find Ablo, but golden kick it away. Husseini sends it across. Zakaria is arriving, brings it down. Reaction from Kamara. The could had to be spot on with this reaction, and he's gotten himself injured in the process.
That was a nasty collision. Kamara, another swift counter-attacking move. 3 at this point, and get at the end of that one, and they cut back into the box for Da Costa to latch to that one. It was a quick reaction from Kamara. And that was clearly unintentional. The golden kick attack. I tell you what, if Kotoko will try to take the gamble, try to push ball mid for it. It could be punished for it because this golden kick boys are very, very, agile. They're very, very pacey.
Last time, a Division 1 League side won the FA Cup. It was against Kotoko in 2011. It was Abedayu Pele's Nania FC who beat Kotoko to the title. There goes Armour. Good run. Foul committed by Joshua Fuseni. Free kick Kotoko. He reaches his pocket. We just see the first yellow card of the
best live football in the world and for free. I mean, who doesn't love that, right?
And it's not just the best matches. We've got top and ass exclusive and live watch-alongs, all for free on YouTube.
Clinton.
Oh, well, I am here as well. What else do you want? Just subscribe, man. Jesus Christ.
Really seen him in action, but at the right-hand side, it's been Albert Amoa, with some blistering pace, where it's difficult for Paul Yeboah and then also Bless Ege.
$60 minutes. But yet to produce any goals here. Kevin Kofi Saba is making sure well constructed by Da Costa Owusu and Zakaria Fuseni.
The test of the game.
Let's have everybody behind the ball. Here's Lord Armour to take the free kick. He's been solid for Kotoko since joining from Brecum Chelsea at the start of the season. Something funny just happened. The referee collided with golden kick place. Referee whistle, and Armour swings it to the far post. Ablo has the ball, and up the 2025 MTN FA Cup Finals, and the Reds are on top at this point.
Well deserved. We saw danger, man. Danger was looming for golden kick. I believe they never had that sound. They never had that one coming, and that's how you supposed to look at that. Lift.
Very instinctive reaction from the striker. That's a chest finish. Knows where to be at the right time. No mistake. He's been Kotoko's go-to man for goals. He's done that a couple of times for them in the cup and as well as in the just ended Premier Division. Tall mountain for golden kick to climb. Down by 1 goal against Kotoko. Respond. Samba O'Neill foul.
A couple of seconds ago, they are keeping up with that pace. They are trying to press very, very high because they understand that with this golden kick side, quite a lot of youthful exuberance. You just don't give them too much space.
Golden kick of a free kick.
Even in the first 15-20 minutes until Kotoko just unleashed that one, and it tells you sometimes when experience calls, everything just goes
long ball from Zakaria. Again, this time, and so will not panic.
Zalian, he does not need to force Ege a bit wide, making that reverse pass into.
It's a long throw from Kamara into the half of golden kick. Ege. It's Esiedu to it. Into Malau. The ball to roll up. Out for a throw. Manto Babamu. For the very solid partnership at the back. He's been forced to commit to himself as a throw-in, but golden kick. Yaboa. Referee has whistled because there seemed to be an off-the-ball incident that caught Albert Armour.
That was an incident between Amwa and then also Zakaria. I think Amwa, I don't think caught him in the face though, but the tussle between the two players went unnoticed by the referee.
Time to regroup and relay the information once more. TV fans knows. It's certainly not over.
I doubt it's just too early to holiday for going. Asante Kotoko, they know they're playing against some of the best players in the local league, but they understand that they also have history to make, and they'll have to dig deep, especially knowing they are go down.
Husseini. Abadam. Roland Gripman. Ball from Adamu Zakaria, but he was aiming at the Yeboah, unable to keep it in.
Quite some distance between himself and the
Samba O'Neal, very hard tackling player. That caused the Kotoko captain to caution him.
It's getting even more heated here. And with they understand something needs physicality in your game, to stop such very, very tricky opponents. And they are not allowing golden kick any chance at all as far as the 50-50 balls.
Da Costa Owusu. Good ball down the right from Husseini. Keeping it very tight at the back.
That was a hard tackle, but then the base was at number 2, the right back, trying to overlap on the occasion. They work with spaces, golden kick.
Blake get to take the corner for golden kick. The throw of the Porcupines by Goldnell. Here is Ege. Ege back to the near post, away by Intimenu. Baba loses possession. Is Yeboah. He's gone all the way to the right side to help Matters. Ablo. Esiedu. He's got 2 golden kick players to contend with. They seem to have won the sympathy of the assistant referee. It didn't look like a clear foul on him.
It didn't, and on that occasion, you would say that Patrick Asiedu was quite fortunate. He just won the sympathy of the linesman and the press. These boys do not stop running, and they just can't believe it. And already he switched sides with Zakaria Mumuni to the right-hand side. Zakaria Mumuni also operating from the left. And that's how versatile they are, even together with their marksman, Joshua Husseini.
Mohamed Kamara to take the free kick. I just ball away for golden kick throw. Yeah. Yeboah. Good. Momoni. Good clearance from Ablo. And Kotoko on the counter. Here is Albert Amoa. Now Anthem Menu. He sees Aqua on the far left, and Aqua has got Bentum to beat. He finds Yaya. Amido Aqua up against Gripman. That's what to find Baba Yaya. Here again. Now here's Anthem Menu. He intercepts play. But advantage, you got to go golden kick.
At least you would say all 23 men on the pitch have had a touch of the ball, but no high line, no attacking with fewer men, sometimes when the need be. But I think it's been end-to-end stuff here.
Joseph Ablo, the Kotoko defender, has gone. The Kotoko medical team attending to him. Kotoko have got Justice Blay. No, you're not your centre back, but can play in that position. They can improvise, bring in a right back, and then revert to a 4-back system.
He would say he saved them on that occasion, Ablo. That was a timely intervention to just clear that off the path of the approaching golden kick attacker. That doesn't look like the face who has his team, one that it's about how, in football he wants to bond with these players, and you will understand why these players would always put their lives on the line for him and always try to wait for him.
So Adari will drop it to the advantage of golden kick after he intercepted their move forward. Man. To Adamu. Adamu locates Yeboah. Zakaria finds Gripman. Ege gets it away to Opoku. Da Costa Owusu trying to pick out Yeboah. Good interception from Amoa. Here's Da Costa Owusu. And Su clears it away. Anthem Menu. Zakaria Mumuni was in senior back in the academy, the West African Football Academy. He left to join AS Vita Club in Congo. To join Itana and playing in the lower tier for golden kick now. Here is Fuseni, stopped in his tracks by Samba O'Neill, who thinks it shouldn't have been a foul for golden kick.
Yeah, but the referee had a different idea there. He played the advantage, and that was it. It was the earlier trip from in team. You can see Zakaria like holding on to that ball at least a few seconds.
Golden kick moving forward, but Samba O'Neill commits another foul, and this time referee will flash his yellow card.
to the Kotoko. Caught sleeping for a split second. That nearly resulted in a goal for golden kick. That was a quick break, and that was quite an unfamiliar territory to lose the ball. And then you can see how they break so fast, and is a marksman for them. He's been quiet all evening. Da Costa Usu, and with that dazzling left foot of his, could have used the shot, but for that intervention. Free kick for golden kick. They might have something up their sleeves down through that Kwame Opoku goal. So Samba O'Neill's yellow card confirmed. He's going to play with a bit more caution. It's another bookable offense. And it's and that coaches sometimes try to avoid, especially when you're playing in such, a sensitive area like here's now as a DM, and then also sometimes as a centre back, because you always find yourself trying to do every attack by the opposition. And this time he wasn't, the space. He wasn't just there to stop the attack cleanly. And you'd be thinking this is some humiliations on how he's going to defend for the rest of the game. Freak has a good left foot, but he leaves it and then he bends one and it's a stunner. Glorious goal by Bless again. Absolutely magnificent from Ed. He scored in the semi-finals against Atram Divisa. Is leveled in the finals against Asante Kotoko. An absolute what the final. No chance at all for the wall on point. And this is a goal worthy to be scored in the final. And they look stunned. Could have saved that. The angle, the precision, the bend. And Kamara would be thinking, could I have done anything about it? Sorry, nothing he could have done. Ghana stand the MTN FA Cup finals. That's a foul committed by the goal of golden kick Bliss Ege. You could only imagine what that goal does to your confidence now. Even, when they were go down, they were still pushing. Aqua, his drive ricochets off golden kicks. Mate Ahmed for a corner to Kotoko. Right after scoring, it's a moment for them to keep their concentration levels very, very high. They've conceded from a set piece no long ago. And I think maybe they might resort to Mankin instead of the zone for this one. Patrick Casiedo delivers. Time, golden kick calmly, defend their lines, and the Costa's clearance. Da Costa.
Good play from Boy. He wants to cast through the middle. Kuseni legs one to Yaboa. Shot off the ball by Amwa. Martin, that's a fair challenge from Henry Ansu.
Fair, clean over there, and this is the time to turn the heat on Kumasi Asante. When this is what a goal can do to you there. You can see you don't let off your guard. Henry Ansu.
Abu. Some more thinking to do. Joshua Tijani. Salifu Zakari. Lord Armour has the ball. Towards Samba. Armour went in for it. Last time seemed to have come off the golden kick. Defender, so it's a corner for Baba's corner. Good goalkeeping from Kelvin Kofi Saba.
Yeah, Canada will floated cross from that corner by Babamo. Yeah.
the triplets in the since not look back. Here Zakaria Momuni. Adamu, what looked like a miss kick, is trying to get to somewhere positive. That's a foul on Benton by Baba Yaya.
Seems they are just beginning from where they ended. To the second balls, always the 50-50 balls, the duels. It's always been in your favor, and that's how they've earned more possession than Kumasi Asante Kotoko.
Kofi Saba, so Adamu, Zakaria Hussein bits into the ball by Amor. Here is Kwame Opoku sprinting forward. He's got Zakaria Mumuni to contend with good play from Opoku, sends a cross. Gripman, Aqua, Ben Swan. What a good save from Kofi Saba. Great goalkeeping from Kelvin Kofi Saba.
That is just interesting from the golden kick goalkeeper. It was a good bend, from Albert Amoa.
Samba O'Neill, very aggressive on every situation.
He always has the quality to hold on to the best game.
Da Costa swings the ball in. There's communication between Henry Ensu and Kamara. Nearly creating problems for the Porcupines in their own half.
Hey, give credit to Da Costa Kamara there, who saved that one in the area where it landed.
Bentum. Ablo returns it with a header. Opoku flicks it on. Takes the ball away, but what a reaction from Kamara. But Fuseni should be going with that
straight leg up into. Again, the smell, those pockets of space. Just look at that from Kamara. It's quite understandable why he keeps on keeping Frederick Asario on the bench.
Yes, and that being Kotoko's number next season. There are widespread reports Kotoko have signed Aziz Dari from Richmond United to provide competition, because it doesn't look like Asari will continue playing with them. Not be successful. Samba O'Neill. Ablo. Opoku wins the foul. For Kotoko.
And that was a smart way to defend. Gripman where he was trying to go to, and it looks like the quality has been their speed, the ability to hold on to the ball. Golden Kick, they do it so well,
and they know what it takes to
notice after the Gladiator, then be the two most successful clubs in the history of the competition and route to winning it. That would be historic, talking about history.
Holds the record with the most FA Cup trophies. Kotoko have a man down, and it doesn't look like he's able to continue with the game again.
Unfortunately for them, you talk about quality on the bench, and every single player on the Kotoko bench is a potential game changer. They could come on, and regardless of the position where you deploy them, they'll definitely get the job done for you. And that's why Karim Zito, looks a bit stoic on the touchline, because he believes he's got so much quality.
Intimenu is asking to be taken off. So on the bench for Kotoko, Michael Chejamina, who played along like replacement. Emmanuel Entry can come in, and the shape of the team would have to be tweaked a bit to accommodate him.
And one of the things we are looking at is that partnership with Samba to try and adapt quickly.
Kuseni, Bentum, Bless Ege goes down from the challenge of Emmanuel Entry comes in to replace the injured Menu. He came with Kotoko. He came to Kotoko with so much.
Yeah, you talk about substituting a midfielder for another midfielder, yes, but their roles are clearly different. Intimenu a bit more defensive compared to Enchi and O'Neill. And he could. I was thinking kind of an attacking-minded midfielder.
Bless Ege lines up to take the free kick for Golden Kick, away by Siedu's header. Here is Adamu. Bless Entry's first touch, and he finds Aqua. Stopped by Zakari Fuseni.
Clearly, we are not seeing a Division 1 side in this game. It looks like, the quality are playing against a Division 1 club. I tell you what, you just can't see the disparity here.
Golden giving Kotoko a good run. Your money is a ball from the center, but you can't get from who has been a run for Golden Kick. He's been very good in the one-on-one situations.
Yeah, I've enjoyed his game reading so far in the game, and that whenever the defense of Kotoko moves a bit higher, he's able to cover the lines and the space they leave right behind them. And for the second time, we've seen, Joshua Fuseni try to lies on him, and he's always been at his best.
Esiedu to Samba O'Neill. She up against Momoni. Esiedu Entry now. Aqua finds Baba. Esiedu. Great sense of awareness from Esiedu. Here's Ensu. Now Lord Amoa. Ensu was his captain back in the days at Brecum Chelsea, and here they are all playing for Kotoko. Amoa's trying to find Opoku. That's some clever body check by Grip.
Manochi has been great coming out. He's been doing the play for them, but it's not enough. Like they are struggling to defend, and it's also becoming difficult for them to break that, line of golden kick.
Entry. There is so much space of running, but he comes back in the middle for entry. Entry's eye for pass is awesome, but Benton steps up.
That's where you can go direct, and it's always nice to see Asante Kotoko going a bit direct whenever they have the ball. I believe the antidote when you get against the side of the goal kick, would love to keep the ball, would love to lose it, try to hit them on the counter. With one or two passes, you should be in a scoring position, and that's what Asante Kotoko are doing currently.
Here is Bentum. Ege. Kotoko win possession. Aqua. Kwaku. Bob makes the run. What arrives to tidy up for golden kick, brought down. But no foul against Baba. Lomoa.
I've seen him in that area. It tells you who is, I believe, also affected his confidence. It's one of the best rugby, or even the top flight, and Lord, I would always.
Mati Ahmed. Zakaria Momonito. Poyeboa. He's got the confidence to search forward. Poor control from Mati Ahmed. Daniel Amate. Black Stars defender. Together with Black Stars trainer for Tao Dauda in the VIP stands observing proceedings.
This is where they're dangerous when Asante Kotoko are not pressing, and you can get confidence oozing from every match.
Bless Ege. This is scramble for the ball, but it's cleverly taken away by Entry.
But then upstairs, his defender to help him block. That's so well in the scaffold there. You'd have to be present. You just can't, allow them room to beat the first two lines. You need to press, and that's what I'm not seeing Asante Kotoko do. You have Kwame Poku up front. There's Peter Midwakwa as well.
Former Hartlepool coach, an FA Cup winner himself, Samuel Buedo. These days he's coach of Brecum Chelsea. The side lost to Kotoko in the semis, and he's in the stands.
It was a feisty game at the TNA when they faced Asante. I remember.
I'm going to support for because this assistant coach at Hartlepool is not the assistant coach at Kotoko.
Karim Zito should guide Kotoko to victory, then he could just be the second man in the last 10 years or so after Samuel Buedu to have won it back, or twice, if I should put it.
But Zito's achievement to be unique because he'll be doing it with two different clubs.
Perhaps. I think that would be great as well.
There is Samba O'Neill. Switches all the way down left hand side for Aqua. But Bentum is quickly at the clearance away.
That's been their bane. Second half, Asante Kotoko had, that grip we saw them with. They don't really string passes together like we saw them do in the first half.
I remember when they lost their last Premier League game to Vision FC by 3-1. Zito said it was a wake-up call for them ahead of the FA Cup. They're trying to cut golden kick to size. Golden kick were on the winning side in their last game in the Nania FC away by 2 goals to 1. But Maria Moni gave them huge confidence coming into this game.
Exactly, and also knowing that they play similar, they have a similar style of play with Vision, so they'll be taking some, motivation and inspiration for that.
Baba O'Neill, Kwame Opoku, trying to skip away from Brickman and Lord Armoire. It's found it difficult to get across his own, but he wins possession. Bends one in, takes the ricochet of Adamu. Here is Baba, he's trying to pick out Aqua. Aqua controlled, but good track back from Bless again.
And Lord Armoire, he's struggling to put in crosses. Trying, but they're not decent enough for anyone to get.
Takes the place of the former
that was here just a year ago when he lost the losing side. Second time this time.
He's got a pass from entry, sends in a cross, away by Adamu. Adamu. I'm too sure he was aiming up with that ball.
Exactly. He just gave up too early. Pushed a bit for. He's been lively, not taking anything away from him down the road. Defensively, he's been pretty solid as well.
Zakaria Momoni have stepped up his game really well in the kind of
one side. I believe he has it, with the stains for top clubs, India, I think he's a real leader on the side.
Samba O'Neill, Aqua, live in the second half. Here comes Abed Ahmed, but he does well to pick out Aqua. Great praise. That's a very strong challenge from Romantic. Certainly a yellow card. That was absolutely needless.
Yeah, but then for his team, he just saved them one over there. That could have been dangerous. And it could have, he had, a tip.
The intentions were very clear. He was going for the man and not the ball.
Yeah, but then he slipped so well. Cynical, if you should ask me, but then, just a fraction of the intention.
So he got good things here with the senior brother, Raymond, who is now with Nations. Interestingly, both of them are centre backs, twin centre backs. Yet to see any in the Ghana top flight. Entry is a dead ball pressure. I've also seen Kadaga couldn't caught brilliantly from the free kick. It's quite a distant goal. Emmanuel Enchi. Enchi killed one to the near post and then away by Paul Yeboah.
Very standards, I think he's falling short a bit. Maybe he's been rusty time on the bench, but
throwing taking. Inchi goes down. There's a Southward penalty, but clearly golden kicks. There was a bit of simulation on the part of Inchi.
Exactly, and I agree with them. That should have been a yellow card down all by himself. Referee lenient over there, if you should ask me. He's been very, very lenient with Emmanuel.
Opoku, beaten in the air by the diminutive Husseini.
That was a bit needless. Just look at that, the aggression alone. Just gives him away, and Ablo on the yellow card.
Samba on the yellow card.
Crucial for Asante Kotoko. Now then, we
Amos header, not good.
Kelvin Kofi Saba. They talk about teams learning from mistakes, and golden kick exhibiting one there clearly after they put out all the
Husseini gets it. Inchi. It's the Kwame Opoku. And comes from where? Opoku is not spared as well. Belandombo, it's a feature for the legends who lost their game to Asante Kotoko.
He was quiet all afternoon, and he's quiet in the stands too. Yeah, that's a bit physicality there again from kick. And I know both coaches knew to get to a point where that would be the card. They show sometimes you need to be physical, and especially it's to just try to be physical.
For Kotoko, Patrick Esiedu, he leaves it, and Ensu goes with a power drive, but took a deflection on the way. It's a corner.
That was a wicked one. Goalkeeper Saba had no chance at. So I was wondering where Emmanuel were at that point, because that's his territory. But that was a good hit.
Esiedu's delivery. Henry goes up for it. Henry Ensu getting the final touch, but it goes right over the bar for a goal from open play. Swing, of course, but the cleanness of connections. Was trying to give his numbers. Your boy from down the far side. The Nations FC captain Razak Simpson in the stands. He won the Domestic Football of the Year award last night at the Ghana Football Awards. Back in the Ghana Premier League. I'm sure he's also defending some. He's enjoying some defended. The sort of defending he's seen here, especially from other Division 1 side. Here's Kwame Poku. Bentum, plus Ege. Wonderful composure alongside Ablo. Somebody is trying to pick out Saka Dauda. It's a throw in for Kotoko.
We spoke about that in team entry substitution not being like for like, but you see the quality entry has brought to this Kotoko side. At least he's holding on to the ball, he's just spraying the passes and just finding men in open spaces.
I've not seen so much of the young boy Joshua Tijani. He came into the game with a lot of hype around him. Senior high school. Yeah. He was brought in from the Osechi Senior High School. Some match when they played in the inter-school competition in the region.
We talk about goals in 5 games. I believe that's why Fifi Parker Hansen has deployed him in such a position, a huge game.
Saka Dauda, good control. He's got Yabua to beat. He skips past Yabua, but he's still tracking him. Saka Dauda goes down, right to hide the no-for. Now Adamu will sprint away first, and the centre back goes down from the.
Then that was the centre back lead.
Henry with that clumsy challenge.
He gets the mercy of the referee, but then that run from a centre back, quite unusual.
Mate Ahmed has given away possession. Inchi trying to pick out Albert Amwa. I think pass went too early, and Gripman will mop up for a golden kick.
There's calmness though.
Da Costa Owusu for Kotoko.
That was a free kick. He had the ball under control. But then Samba The tussle over there, it could have been anyone's foul at all. You understand the discretion of the referee always is final then.
Emmanuel Enchi will try to find out what answers Ensu and the likes in the box will provide from his delivery, but again, confident goalkeeping from Kelvin Saba.
Yeah, that's Ainchi's territory again. And gone were the days where he done the Olympic jersey and he'd try anything at all, wherever or no matter where he found himself on the pitch. But at this time, he's been a bit cautious. It's a cup final. Perhaps he has that at the back of his mind too.
Saka Dauda trying to find Amwa and Gripman. Gets it clear. The Costa Owusu is an amazing talent, brilliant player. Do something only aggressive to the size of this possession. Zakaria Momuni. Joshua Fuseni is up to sets up Momuni. Golden kick. This time they lose possession. Now Saka Dauda. Enchi. Aqua. It looks like a handball. It's a handball. Enchi. His presence has been felt since arrival in the game, and he's won himself gradually. Yabua, the culprit, bringing down Saka Dauda.
You'd always say that move from Coach Kaim Zito to Enchi is gradually paying off.
Bentum brings down up. He's been very light in the second half. Peter.
He has. A lot is quite expected of him. The progress and he's been since he joined Asante Kotoko.
Here is Ablo. Forced him to commit an error that gives Kotoko the advantage of a throw-in. Martin. Yes. Imanchi. Poor ball from Albert Amwa. He struggled second half. Here is Husseini, but Ansu arrives to take out the danger. Kamara.
The youngster always looks relentless without the ball. Now it's the
Costa's cross. Bless Ege is arriving. Did well to get it back, but there was nobody there for golden kick.
At least there was body check and nothing illegal about that, especially when you have two full-grown men trying to show off.
Kamara slips after taking that free kick. He's yet to get into his goal. Here is Ablo to Kamara. Pressure on the Indian shotstopper for hand. Go to take the advantage.
Maybe we could talk about Da Costa Usu, Abdullahi Zakari, Bless AK. You put that goal aside, and he's been lost in kick this afternoon or this evening.
Kamara ball in. Headed down by Edward Bentum. Bless Ege. Stadius tracking him down. The foul right before the referee.
And Bless Ege, just talking about him and after scoring that lovely free kick. It looks like that's not the only skill he has in his arsenal now. That ball. He's also good on the ball. He tries it very well. And he's hit a match.
Good ball to Bless Ege. Chance for golden kick. Great block from Henry Ensu. Samba loses the ball to Bentum. Bentum with a long cross looking for Joshua Husseini. Meanwhile, on the other side, Bless Ege has gone down. The golden kick goal scorer.
Perhaps he might have pulled a muzzle up. He's been quite hard working. He's been bullish sometimes when he has to, especially when he needs to fight his way through the Kotoko defense. And I hope he gets to continue. Fifi Parker Hansen would hope he continue, because he's been lively on the right hand side of attack. I'll tell you what, this is not the best Kotoko side I've seen. This is not performance I've seen from the team that plays third in the just ended Premier League, especially coming up against the side that finished safe. It's lower.
Come in this. Samba O'Neil. Patrick Esiedu. He said the stellar season with Kotoko in his first year at the club.
Tells you it's going through the middle is quite a challenge for them now.
He gives it away now. Aquat. Samba O'Neil. It's said to Enchi. Good one to Kotoko players. Switch direction to Ensu. Aqua! What a miss! This should be going in from Peter Mid to Aqua. So close.
His mouth will close. And look at the Kotoko. That should have been done on the left-hand side. He opens himself up a bit, trying to go with that technique, and credit to Saba also for making himself big to narrow that angle. But that was a good job done by Kwame Poku over there. And just look at that. The position of the goal, making it difficult to find the right angle there.
The youngster showing
no excuses.
Kotoko preparing for another substitution. It might go over for Peter Midwako after that missed opportunity. Likely to reply Samson Eduku. He also plays from the wings. Amwa swings in across. Ensu is put by Adamu and falls back to Lord Amma. Here is Lord Amwa. Goes past his marker, trying to set up a Poku. And it's an Ablo. How did he miss? The centre back popped up and found himself in the right spot. But Chris, you're thinking should have been to a striker.
The chances are falling to them. Bintu miscuing that. And Ablo in a very good position, putting for 2-1.
That's the confirmation. Eduku, former Tamil winger, is in for Peter Midwako. Eduku is a more clinical finisher than Midwako. He scored double figures the season. Tamil City got really
bad the habit of
That's what he does, always playing, over the shoulders of defenders.
like it's out to saying he's offside.
Husseini there. When the flag went up and the whistle was blown. From minute 1 up to time, you just look at the shape of Golden Castle. Nothing has changed about the club.
A bit of confusion between Kamara and his goalkeeper. Kamara and centre back Ablo.
You don't need that at this point in the game. You need full concentration.
Kwame Pocham. Goal kick. Zakaria Mumuni will make way very soon.
And that was the chance on Poku trying the spectacular.
Adumba Kofi Anin Zakaria Mumuni. Former West African Football Academy star, went on to play for AS Vita Club in DRC, returned to play for Aduana, and now he's playing the lower tier.
Golden clearly lost their shot. Being for decent, but He's been calm.
90 minutes up already. We're doing 4 additional minutes. Golden Kotoko goes down. There's a shot for a penalty, and Darius whistled for a penalty. Interesting. And FIFA Council is only applauding the decision. But this is a controversial call.
Controversial. Make that shouldn't be a penalty.
I think the referee would further consult his assistant referee before he approves the decisions taken.
And that was it. That was it. I think that's what they had to it. Nothing penalty about that.
Kicker protesting a penalty taken against them. Was it a good call or not? The assistant referee, I get a feeling, is asking the referee it shouldn't have been a penalty. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, crucial times here, very crucial, and it could be what decides the game. It could be what decides the fate of these two teams. And I think the right call would be made. The right decision would have to be made. You can hardly pinpoint what the communication has been, but then it's clear. We have the benefit of the replay again, and the goalkeeper just goes down on time, has a hand to it, and then recovers again. And there's what you don't know what to see in any game at all. I believe the security would have. The referee has a decision to make.
A fan of golden kick has gone onto the pitch, but he's been chased away by the security. Interesting times. So we are waiting on the final decision. Will the penalty stand? Will the referee rescind this decision? As it stands now, he looks like he's standing by his decision.
Yeah, he looks certain. Quite confident about the decision he's taken. Might not have the benefit of a replay, and that's one of the most difficult jobs of a referee. Split second that you have to take. But then also, these decisions could go on to either impact or affect.
Decision will stand. Asin Ablo heading towards the golden kick goal to shake the net. The Congolese centre back be the one to take the penalty. Albert Amwa has inquired whether he can take it. But it's still Samba O'Neal having the ball. He hands it to Albert Amwa. Behind Albert Amwa. Albert Amwa. And he leaves it for Kwame Pocket. Samba
takes it.
Gives it to
Albert Almoa.
Ahmad hands it to Kwame Opoku, and he can hit a double if he gets it.
Tells you it's a huge, huge moment for him. With all the weight on his shoulders.
Kofi Saba, Kwame Opoku scores beautifully. Cheeky goal. And this might be kick one.
Right behind the ball, and the finesse with which he hit that.
Opoku actually threw his jersey into the. Yeah, for him.
At it in less than a minute.
Kwame Opoku, 3 seasons ago, he was a poster boy of the back into Africa.
Certainly, he has done that.
In a cup final, it's a great achievement. He's already picked up a yellow card for taking down the Premier League.
Yeah, I think it's been justified here with this performance.
One of those performances that caught the attention of the Black Stars. Coaches who invited him for the didn't quite have a good today.
Yeah, I think that's Utuado will still have good books.
Gripman, Abdullah Zakari.
You wonder what he was trying over there. Yeah, you can impede a player, but was pushing clearly going to the back of our.
Too aggressive on the part of the golden kick player. Signs of frustration.
Yeah. Fine player. He's been so with the slightest community figure. No solid on the ball.
Asiedu swings one in. Opoku flicks it. And it's a goal kick. Patrick Asiedu with a very good delivery from that side. I was telling the listeners some time ago that Asiedu at 10, an offensive midfielder, that had to be converted into a left back during his days at region in the boxing.
Making, because this man who is going to be lifting the MTN FA Cup, this is not going to be the first time he's doing it, and I'm sure certainly it won't be the last. Coach, first of all, congratulations.
Much.
You promised me a smile at the end of the match.
I told you it will be very difficult.
Yeah,
I predicted all what has happened.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, surely we'll win the cup.
How tough did Golden Kicks make this match for you?
You've seen it. You know, they lose nothing if you beat them. But rather, trying at all costs to be able to cup. So seriously, and then seriously, I came a little bit of injury players, but there's nothing we can do. But at the end of the day, they stood the test of time.
Yeah.
They were able to match them equally. Look, they didn't have any. So at the end of the day, what matters most is who win. So we have won. So
Okay.
I'm okay.
Should we expect from Kotoko between now and when the competition begins?
I think Kotoko has a lot of programs.
Okay.
I think on the 6th, you see how busy will be. So all